So I left a blank space here in our rapport building sheet. Does anyone want to hazard a guess as to what we should write here?
Beliefs.
I think beliefs are in the words because you need to communicate the belief in order to know what it is. Another way that we communicate beyond the physiology and just the pure meaning of the words.
The underlying meaning?
Oh, okay, I still think we're in words.
Tone.
Yeah, getting there. Tone, did you say? Yes, your voice tonality, how you use your voice. Because there's a big difference between me saying the word really, and I say it very straight, and if I say the word really, because the second one's a question. And then I could say it the other way as well. I could go, really. That's a command. So if you've got kids and one of them says, oh, Daddy, do I really have to do it? And you go, yes, really. That's a command. And again, these are broad brushstrokes, just to give you an illustration of how the voice adds context and meaning to the words. So I'm going to put voice tonality up on here.
But tonality functions without words, doesn't it? If you just go to music and you have dol and nu, or dur and moll, for example, dur is much more cheerful, and moll is always more down, more, well, what is it, not negative, but
Sure.
the opposite of it being very positive, for example. So you have two options of going much more to the positive side, light in terms of really light, or darker.
Absolutely. And the other way that you can use your voice, which would be very much in agreement with what you said, would be to put expression into it. I mean, there's a big difference between the way I'm talking now and when I was talking like this earlier. And that really changes the meaning of what I'm saying. When I said it angry, it communicated anger, even though the words were not that relevant.
Can we find an application in the non-verbal? In text messaging, how do we provide expression?
Smileys? So I'm going to put, to be consistent with the field of NLP, I'm going to put voice tonality up here. If anyone here is a musician, it's a misnomer, don't worry about it. But just to be consistent, I'm putting voice tonality. And this is the expression that you give to your words using your voice. And we're going to do another exercise to understand how important that is in just a moment. But who here has got an idea of how we might be able to communicate the same rapport-building message using our voice? Remember, the message of rapport is, hey, I'm like you, therefore you can like me. I'm like you, therefore you can like me. How could we communicate that with our voice tonality? Oh, exactly. But how would you do that?
Same place. Same place.
Exactly. So the voice is quite a... Oh, yes, of course.
Just mirroring body language.
Oh, we've done mirroring body language. I'm sorry. That's quite all right. But you'll get the opportunity to do this one. So, exactly. So we'd be trying to achieve the same voice tonality as the other person. But the voice is a complicated thing. It has a different speed. I can talk right up here really fast, or I can talk really slow down here. And I can talk with a really high-pitched voice, or I can talk with a really low-pitched voice.
You should know what you sound like. Because you might be hearing something completely different from your audience.
Oh, okay.
I don't know what sound my voice.
Right. That's a good point. And I think that when it comes to matching and mirroring voice tonality, or more specifically just matching voice tonality, there is a simple strategy that allows you to do it. Because most people aren't aware of what their voice sounds like. And perhaps some of you are sitting there thinking, well, I'm sitting next to someone who's got a big booming voice, but I talk way up here. So how am I going to be able to have the same voice tonality as them? And there is a very simple way to do it. Because all of the tonality of the voice is dictated by where you're speaking from. So if you're speaking from way down here, you're going to be speaking slower and deeper and perhaps slightly louder than if you're talking from your chest, where it's going to be a lot clearer, than if you're talking from your throat up here, where it's going to be faster and sharper and a higher pitch. So when you're matching voice tonality, what you're aiming for is to be speaking from the same place. It's the origin of the voice which gets you the rapport. And you may be thinking, well, I've already learned how to do it with physiology, and that's easy. And it's something I've been doing unconsciously all the time anyway. All that's happened is it's become conscious. So why would this be important? Seems like this is unnecessary at this point, since I can do it with this. And the obvious place where this is useful is on the telephone, where you don't have this. So for the purpose of our exercise today, we're going to be making telephone calls. But they're a slightly strange telephone call that we're going to be making. So again, working in groups of two, and you can work with the same people or different people if you choose. One of you is going to be making the call, and the other person will be answering the call. And you're both going to say the same thing. So person one answers the call. Hello, Matthew Cullen speaking. Person two says, hello, Matthew Cullen speaking. You say exactly the same thing. Not what you say when you answer the phone, but exactly the same thing as the other person. So that you remove this.
Now I'm talking to you. Hi, I'm James. How are you? I'm good.